Hi everyone, my name is Diego and today I want to share something very personal and actually pretty interesting how watching football content helped me learn English almost without realizing it.
On his way to the gates of Wembley Stadium. He is just brilliant.
So, like many people, I always liked English, but I never felt very confident with the grammar or with reading long text. I was the kind of person who sat down with a big book to study rules, but that really worked for me was something much simpler and way more fun: football.
In by Pjanic, Ronaldo! Just no stopping him. He is the bully of the big boys, fearful of no one, better than almost everyone.
I used to watch everything related to football: match highlights, interviews, post-match reactions, tactical analysis, player documentaries, press conferences, and at some point I decided to start watching all of the in English. At first, it wasn't easy at all.
Your English is getting good. You're gonna have to do more of these.
No. Understand a little you, but and now so happy for my friend, for the team together. The fans is fantastic.
I remember that the commentators spoke extremely fast, and during interviews I didn't even know where one sentence ended and the next one started. But I kept watching and something interesting happened. Even when I did understand everything, my ears started to get used to sound and reading of the language. I started recognizing simple football words like goal, corner, line up, substitution, offside, and little by little I began connecting those words with what's happening on the screen.
Here's Mbappe! Oh my word! Teenage kicks! The ultimate teenage kick! The boy with the world at his feet!
One thing that helped me a lot was watching interviews after matches. Players usually speak lower and use very simple vocabulary. They say things like, "We travel best," "It was too much," "We need to keep improving." These kind of phrases are easy to understand and very natural. They help me learn English in a real context, not just from textbooks.
Making wrong decisions at time, and that was also the moments where we were open if we lost the ball. Yeah, disappointed then.
Another thing that really helped me was the energy of English commentary. For example, when a commentator says, "What a brilliant counterattack," or "The defense was completely caught off guard."
Costa, away from Alderweireld. Diego Costa. Adriano! Glorious goal! Leicester's goal! Leicester City are 7 minutes away!
You hear vocabulary connect to emotion, speed, and action. Because I enjoy football so much, my brain naturally paid attention and remembered those expressions.
And the world is left to wonder, wide-eyed, thrilled, bemused. How on earth did that happen?
I also learned a lot from tactical analysis shows. Analysts speak more slowly and they repeat ideas in different ways. Let's say the midfield was too open, or they struggle to maintain possession.
We're very excited to be here in Paris. Now the players have just checked into the hotel. They're going to get some lunch, get some rest before we head over to the stadium for the final training session.
Hearing the same idea expressed with different vocabulary helped me build connection and understand the language more deeply. A strategy that helped me a lot was rewatching games I already know. For example, if a team I like had played an important match that I had seen in Spanish, I would later watch the same highlights in English because I already knew what had happened. I could focus on the language instead of the action. That made everything much easier.
Salah for sure. Liverpool running riot.
Over time, not suddenly but very gradually, I started noticing real improvement. First, I understood the key words, then full phrases, then whole ideas, and then one day I realized that I didn't need subtitles anymore. I could follow the commentary, the interviews, the jokes, and even the fast transitions in press conference. Another thing that helped me was pronunciation. Listening to English every day, especially from native speakers, made me repeat words currently without even thinking about it. Words like possession, pressure, performances, intensity become part of my vocabulary naturally, simply because I rehearse them over and over. Something I really appreciate is that football helped me not only with language but also with confidence. Since I learned English by listening to real conversations, I wasn't afraid to speak. I didn't feel like I was repeating grammar rules. I felt like I was communicating with players and commentators too. And while I always say that learning English doesn't have to be boring, it doesn't always come from studying. Sometimes it comes from something you already love. In my case, football made the learning process natural, fun, and automatic.
See what he thinks. See what they think. History, potential history.
Even though I continue watching football content in English, not because I need it, but because I enjoy it. And every time I watch a new interview or analysis, I also learn something new. It's a habit that keeps helping me grow. So that's my story. Watching football content didn't just help me learn English, it made the whole process enjoyable. If you're trying to learn a language, I really recommend mixing it with something you love. It makes everything easier. Thanks for listening, and I hope my experience helps someone find a fun way to learn English too.
They have cranked it up and cranked it up yet.
To finish this video, I think the most valuable part of this whole experience is that football didn't just help me learn English. It also taught me that a language can be learned through emotion much. Before the interviews and commentary introduced me to expressions I would never hear in Spanish, but that in English are part of how the game is lived and narrated.
And Fabinho again. Here's Mo Salah. And Elliot.
For example, in many broadcasts I heard phrases like he buried it, which literally means he buried it, but commentators use it when a player scores with great power or precision. There are also his through on goal, the English way of saying the player is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and one of my favorites is water rocket is when a shot is extremely strong or spectacular. Hearing these expressions again and again in goals, as plays, or exciting moments help me learn not only vocabulary but also some rhythm and emotion. I realized English was just grammar. It was another way of living the match, and that's what I really want to share. Learning a language doesn't always start in a classroom. Sometimes it's start in a play, in a commentary line, or in a phrase that stays with you because I made you feel something. And in my case, football become a bridge to English, and very much every analysis and every interviews were lessons without mean nothing. Thank you for listening, and I hope my experience helped me someone realize that you can also learn English through something you truly love.